Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve. This is going to be really short today because I am super ill. But first of all, go over to the SCW channel, check out our predictions for Crown Jewel. The link will be in the description below. But let's get into this. We start off with a recap package of what happened last week with the North American Championship scene. We get a very lackluster Carmelo and Trick promo. Then we get the returning Johnny Gargano, who wants to have a match with Carmelo. This basically leads on to Trick talking about family and stuff like that. And then Johnny says, yeah, my son-in-law is behind you, which is Dexter Lumis. This inevitably leads to another segment later on where, because Johnny's stolen the North American Championship, Trick and Carmelo are looking for it. They find a letter in a locker, which is a challenge to a match at Dexter Lumis's house at Halloween Havoc. So similar to what Lumis and Cameron Grimes had last year. I'm hoping for Halloween Havoc they go all out again and they dress the stage up and make it look Halloween-esque and it's not just the same 2.0 setup, because I'll be really disappointed with that. Odyssey Jones versus Andre Chase is your first match. Very short. Odyssey wins with a splash. This is my problem with NXT. Every match is too short and I can't get behind the wrestling. The character development fine, but the wrestling is just... I've got nothing to be excited about when the matches are 2-3 minutes long. We then get a Diamond Mine promo talking about how that they're being skipped over for opportunities, and then we get Imperium versus the Creed brothers. Obviously with Imperium taking up MSK soon. Imperium end up picking up the windfall thanks to interference from Ikemen Jiro and Kushida. They are attacked after by MSK, and we actually have the fans booing MSK, so I don't know if this is a heel turn for MSK. It probably needs to be done. Like, as much as I like MSK, they don't seem to be backed very well by the fans in the CWC. We then get some sort of weird Brokeback Mountain montage between Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner. There's no point to it. It doesn't lead to anything. We then get a Joe Gacy package. He basically says that it's basically bought Parker Bordeaux with him. I'm not sure. I apologize. I don't know his actual name yet. But the fact that they made him shave his hair off, his hair was actually, it was probably one of his best features, Parker Bordeaux. But yeah, they've made him shave his head off. And yeah, so just a small package to say that these two are essentially kind of like a new White family by the looks of it. We then get Legado del Fantasma and Ring Santos Escobar is talking about the loss that he suffered last week and how he didn't win that North American Championship title. This then leads on to Elektra Lopez having a match with Cora Jade. Very short again, same problem that they have with all these matches. Cora Jade ends up picking up the win for this one. This leads into a segment later on where Cora Jade's boyfriend, Trey Baxter, I believe it is being beaten up by LDF backstage. Jensen and Briggs end up saving him, which leads to a match later on, but we'll get to that. We didn't get a triple threat, Io Shirai versus JC Jane versus Persia Pirotta. You can tell who's going to win this match already. Winner gets to spin the wheel for the stipulation to their tag team match next week for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And eventually Io picks up the win with the moonsault. She spins it, and it's a Scareway to Hell ladder match. Sure, I'm a big fan of ladder matches. That will probably be the longest match on the card next week. We then get a promo for Solo Sikoa. That is the Usos' brother. He is debuting next week on Halloween Havoc. So expect him to be in some squash match that will last probably about 2 minutes. I'm actually kind of excited to see this guy because, I say, the Usos are good. I have high hopes for him already. We then get a weird backstage segment with Kushida and Jiro, where Kushida's in the men's room taking a number 1. And Jiro, they're basically talking about teaming up, which is, I believe, leading to a tag team. But Jiro's saying that he needs to go back to his old way, so get rid of the orange trunks and go back to the time splitter gimmick where he looks like Marty McFly. 100% behind this. It's a much better look for him. We then get my favorite character at the minute, Tony D'Angelo, taking on Ru Feng, development talent. Very short match, wins in like 3 minutes with a neck breaker. There's an in-ring promo afterwards where he's interviewed about the producer for Lash's TV show and what happened to him. And Tony's just like, forget about it. And I thought, yeah, this is great. I'm all behind Tony D'Angelo. It's been a long time that I've been interested in a stereotypical gimmick, with him being, say, Italian from New York / Chicago, where he's actually from. Yeah, 100% behind this guy. Can't wait to see what more he does. We didn't get a promo by Duke Hudson. He is in his poker room, just winning poker, really. Nothing special. We didn't get the supposed match between Briggs and Jensen and LDF. Briggs and Jensen are attacked before the match. We come back from the commercial break and the match has started. Yeah, again, very, very short match. But again, this was probably the match of the night, to be fair. It was a really good display between all of them. LDF managed to pick up the win, obviously with Briggs and Jensen being attacked before. It kind of made sense for them to win this. So yeah, so this was the right decision here. We then get Mandy Rose with Kel Gonzalez video package, talking about their match for Halloween Havoc next week and how they have a spin the wheel, make the deal match coming up. There's a couple of matches. There's this and the MSK versus Imperium one for the tag team matches that are spin the wheel, make the deal matches, but we still don't know the stipulation. So unless they're planning on doing this 5 minutes before or 30 seconds before the match starts, I don't know, but I think it would have been nicer to know the matches to build the hype up more. Then we get the weird promo of someone digging a hole, kind of Undertaker-esque. From what I believe, it's Dakota Kai. She'll be returning next week, so I imagine she will end up costing Raquel that women's championship, and Mandy Rose will be picking it up. We then get the Trick and Carmelo package where they're in the locker room trying to find his North American championship. Go watch it, because Trick's actually this is the first time I've been impressed with Trick's character work. It was kind of goofball-esque, but it was entertaining. I say it's the best thing I've seen him do so far, even though it was like 30 seconds. We then get LA Knight versus Grayson Waller. For some reason, one of these two will be your host for Halloween Havoc, like Shotzi was last year. I couldn't think of two people more opposite to what Halloween Havoc's meant to be. This ends up with LA Knight picking up the win for. He will be the host next week for Halloween Havoc. Then on to the main event, Ciampa and Bron Breakker versus Grizzled Young Veteran. This match was obviously set up last week. It's exactly what it needed to be. It's just setting up the title match for next week. It ends up with Breakker winning with a power slam. Yeah, I won't lie, I will be disappointed if Breakker wins next week. I think Ciampa deserves a bit more respect. He's been the backbone of NXT for a long time. And the way that WWE are booking 2.0 at the minute, I mean, it's been 5 weeks and there's probably no more than one match every week that lasts about 10 minutes. The rest are all sort of sub 10 minutes. Like even some of them, a lot of them are sub 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what it is with NXT at the minute. They just need to sort themselves out. I know that obviously introducing a lot of characters means a lot of character work and not a lot of matches, but NXT is famous for its quality matches, and when we're getting 2 minute, 3 minute matches, it's just not impressive. It's exactly like watching Raw or SmackDown in a minute. But yeah, that's the review. Apologies again, I am super ill. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, subscribe, and again, please go and check out the predictions video on the SCW channel for Crown Jewel, where myself and Steve, the host of that channel, we go through it. It's about an hour long, but it's rather entertaining, and say we talk about certain parts where we think who's going to win this and who's going to win that, and how some of our predictions have already been thrown out because of the results of Monday Night Raw. But yeah, anyway, have a nice one, and I'll catch you soon.